What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Masquerada. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as we fight guys with spears. You know, I hope we get somebody in our party with a spear later on, because spears are my favorite weapons. I love spears. Spears are hella badass. Like, there's just something awesome about being able to stab your opponent from a long ways away while they're just like, oh no, I've got this little knife and these nubby arms and I just can't reach you. I'm like, you're damn straight you can't. Me and my long arms and my long arm will take care of you. I think that's about done right there, so I'm going back in. We'll get him with like the big number 1 right there. Yup, and people are gonna go down. Get him right there, good. We have a healer in the back, but this guy's a DPSer, so his HP is not going to be sufficient, I don't think. Allies take less damage. That sounds good to me. I don't think I've ever used his mass charge ability before. Somehow he's managed to pop it off this time. He does need some way to heal himself, though. That would be greatly appreciated. There we go, another enemy down. Lots and lots of stabbing happening right now. Although one would assume when you go out into public wearing this voodoo outfit trying to go to battle, it's not going to work out so great for you when everybody else is rocking plate mail and cuirasses and stuff like that. It's the cure ass. Oh shit, more enemies. Alright, it's time to do some stabbing. Stabbity, 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 stabbity. Gonna kill you with my stabbity, stabbities. That was almost a rhyme. You can rhyme stabbity with stabbity. I mean, the only thing I could really think of that rhymed with stabbity was amity. And I didn't see how that was going to be even remotely useful yet. Oh, shit balls. Why won't you guys... There you go. Get out of the AoE, and let's focus on the crossbowman for now. That's a bowman who's always angry. He's always cross. Ho ho! Video game humor. That's why they pay me the C- bucks. That's why things go down the way they do. Shoot you with some water. You know, his holy super soaker, for some reason, it doesn't seem to me that a super soaker would be so great for killing people off. But it's working okay. There you go. Oh, shit. Run out, Calden. No! You've been cleaved by flame. Sounds like a Master Plan song. Cleaved by flame. I listen to a lot of metal lately because I've been writing a lot of D&D campaign stuff for a campaign I'm doing with my friends. And so, like, I get motivated when I listen to, like, nerdy fantasy metal. It just happens. It's not something I'm proud of, okay? It's something that I normally wouldn't admit, but here on YouTube, I tend to let it all hang out. Yada da boo boo, yada da feel. How many skill points do I have? 2. With the passive ability, I can get Proteus, so whenever I change stance, I get a damage boost. That doesn't sound so great. I definitely don't want Taunt. Focus and Mass Charge would be nice, but he's got to activate an air tag to make that work. Dervish is alright. I took Dervish, didn't really like it that much. Didn't feel like it did enough damage to justify the amount of time it takes you out of combat. Tempest I haven't tried yet, but it raises your threat, which puts me in direct competition with the tank. And if there's one thing I know from my time playing MMOs, which there was a lot of time spent, I've got over 370 days played in WoW. And that's as of, I'm not even kidding you, that's as of like the middle of Wrath of the Lich King. So I know that now that we've got like 10 more expansions after Wrath of the Lich King that have come out, people are going to be like, oh, that's not that much. No, I had like 300 days played back in like the Burning Crusade days. I played a lot of World of Warcraft. Now it's just on one character. I had 2 or 3. I mean, I had every character at 60 in pre-BC, but I played a lot. That's the point that I'm trying to put out there. We actually don't have Squirrel Swarm. I like Squirrel Swarm a lot. Squirrel Swarm is what's up. It restores focus, it attacks enemies, it does damage. It's just an all-around fun attack. Plus, at the end of the day, you're firing squirrels at your enemies, so what's not to like? As far as Calden goes, he's got 2 points left. We can either take that down to Atmos Ring Plus, which increases the sphere speed and number of times it can pass through allies. That will nerf the DPS of the ability, in case you were wondering, because it means that discharge is going to go off less. Or we can go with Pavasari. I would probably recommend that because he's our tank already, but he has no abilities to offset the amount of damage that he's taking. So my suggestion would be that we do that, and then also I'd probably go with Mass Charge Regeneration since he's going to be our tank and our healer simultaneously. We'll try to build something that's a cumulative build. That is to say, everything is working in parallel to do something nice rather than, you know, working perpendicular to the efforts of the stats that we're trying to stack. Guy's getting busy with that cutlass. He's invoking the magical pirate powers that his pants and his sword will grant him. Hey, stop beating up on our drummer boy. Drum, they told me, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. That's right, Neil Peart. You're getting worked right now. You're getting taken out. David Ellefson. I got mad drummer references. I got this thing. This fool out here thinking he's Travis Barker, and I'm like, please. You ain't nobody. You're like Lars Ulrich or something. I don't know. Ulrich. There's an H at the end of that name. See, I knew I messed something up. I'm gonna get this drummer real fast. This drummer's gotta go. Oh, no healer for you. That decision to play a tank is looking real sketchy now, ain't it? Yay, new skill point. Can I use that right now, or should I let it stack for a bit? Oh, now it says costs again. Why is it telling me the cost now? It wasn't telling me the cost before. Well, that's gonna be enough for us to upgrade Squirrel Swarm. Actually, Agony sounds good. We can either make it so that we regenerate our yellow bar, good for if you're tanking, or if we're going to be support, silencing enemies sounds pretty good, which I think that makes it so that they can't use any of their mask abilities. And so it's a Squirrel of Silence now. I like to imagine that we launch and it's like, and it just like crawls down their throat and they're just like, and they can't do anything about it. Can't do anything about it because they got a mini tree dog down their throat. I've always felt like squirrels kind of look like dogs. I've had pet squirrels. I've had 3 pet squirrels. That's right. That's how you know my family is Appalachian. We have pet squirrels. Just letting you know. If you've ever had a pet squirrel, that's a pretty good sign that your family might be full of rednecks.
Valencio.
How are the other sections?
Majority have returned successful. Minimal casualties.
The Herald?
No sign. However, we do expect to wrest full control of the ward within the hour.
You followed me without my consent.
Sinencia, you are dismissed. It is good to see you as well, Cicero.
You used me.
Cicero, please.
I did not come back for this. Why do you think I didn't tell you?
I am sorry. I truly am. But if I had asked you to help us find another way in, you wouldn't have.
So you acted behind my back? Used me to kill my brother's people?
They have killed so many of ours. This sends a message, Cicero. A message that could potentially end the war.
At what cost?
I am not made of stone. I have a heart. But it goes out to my kin and blood before their murderers. And if performing my duties requires me to step over your ideals, I am sorry. I know you see your brother in them. I understand how...
You understand nothing.
Sinencia, get the Inspector and his companion their attires, please. I know it may not mean much, but I am sorry.
But you would do it again.
Yes.
Curse you and your beautiful hair. Gotta go change clothes behind a tree. The Inspector is a modest man. He doesn't want to give out the goodie basket to people that haven't paid the toll.
We'll be here if you need us, sir.
Thank you.
Very well, Italian Aladdin. I will see you later. Pavasaries and Marabusto. What is Marabusto? Masquerada who practice Marabusto alone are called Pavasaries and practice a type of dance that involves strong, bold, contained movements. The Pavasaries among all the Masquerada have the ability to brand the largest volume of their element at any one time, and their abilities reflect this. Earthbrand Pavasaries have the ability to summon walls of earth. Airbrand Pavasaries can channel pounding blasts of wind. With the raw strength and power of Marabusto comes a price, however. Pavasaries almost never are able to control their elements with precision. Large and bold displays of power are often all that they can manage. See, I'm more of a fan of like the surgical movements. That's what I thought we were getting into when I became an Airbrand. I thought we were gonna be like with our rapier, just like dancing around and getting people like in the one weak spot in their armor, working that dagger in there. Also, we haven't gotten our main gauche or whatever yet, our main gauche or whatever that thing is. It's the little dagger that you keep in your offhand to parry with. That thing's so legit. I wish we had one. I've got a rapier and a main gauche at my house. I got a bunch of swords. I just don't have anywhere to put them. Once I get a house or some kind of place that isn't a hovel, I figured I'd have like maybe in my den or my man cave, have them all mounted on the wall or something.
I'm sorry about what happened earlier.
Don't be. You're here to find your brother, not deal with my demons.
If you ever need help...
A generous offer, but I knew what I was in for when I returned.
Then why did you?
Did you know Avestus promised me enough crescents to last a lifetime if I came back?
So you're back for coin?
Come on. We should speak with Kyrie. Hopefully she can tell us more about the Fae.
So what's the plan exactly?
We need to find out what Razatov was doing with the Fae. If anyone could tell us more.
It would be the head researcher of the registry.
This is for you, sir.
What is this?
A set of uniform. The Varone wishes for you to change into them, then meet him in the reception hall. We've a room for your privacy just over there.
Dismissed. Just a moment.
I'll be here. It fits?
I hate it.
Why?
Well, forget it. Now come on, Avestus.
Listen, Cicero. I can see that this search for my brother has brought you to dark places.
I hope you know I'm not doing this for you.
I never thought you were, but I'd like to aid you where I can.
Ah, we're on the same page then. You can start by not asking so many questions. Now, hurry along.
Why do you hate it?
Please, Mariner.
It's just a question.
Because this symbolizes everything about me that my brother would disapprove of. And I am wearing it. Satisfied?
Quite.
You'd better be. Now come along.
Dude, I'd be careful. That guy is huge. This is a big dude. He's built like a brick shithouse, and you're throwing threats out there. You've been like, you better be. I'd be like, dude, he's twice your size and easily twice your weight. Are you sure you want to go this direction? I've been a small dude my entire life. One of those lessons you learn real early is like, don't piss off the huge dude that weighs 3 times as much as you. You make friends with that guy so that then you can piss off the other huge dude. And then huge dude has your back.
Makes me uncomfortable.
Also, I wouldn't be upset about that outfit. That outfit's legit as hell. That outfit's dope. I'd rock, except for the weird MC Hammer pants. That's the only part that's got me right there. I wouldn't rock the MC Hammer pants, but the rest of it's legit. I'd rock that outfit. You'd be slaying hearts on the street corner in that outfit. All the Italian ladies be like, ooh, I want to get with him. Si, senor.
Tragic circumstances, truly.
Certainly. And it is the responsibility of the Samora to offer support where we can.
And the registry is ever so grateful. And there he is.
Judge Master, Barone. I apologize if I've interrupted something.
Not at all, Inspettori. In fact, I was hoping to see you personally to deliver the news.
Should I be frightened?
Inspettori, meet Tiziana de Felici, one of my finest marshals. The moment I heard you'd return, I understood that the White Spire must have been on hot coals.
And the Judge Master was ever so generous to lend the Lucas strength to our cause.
In what fashion?
The Marshal will be assisting us in the investigation.
You've told her about it?
Of course. For the sake of our kin, we must set aside our differences, Cicero. But my words are wasted. I can see that you already understand.
So the Sorelli is part of the investigation as well?
I'm just here to...
As Razatov's brother, of course. As I said, finding him is reason enough to overlook the schism between the Samora and the Registry.
That is good to hear. I will admit that I am pleased, surprised, but pleased, that the pride many scorn the Registry for having has not clouded your judgment.
And I say gratefully the same, that the fallacious arrogance of the Luca hasn't stopped you from stooping to assist us.
Well, if that is all, I'd like a final word with my Marshal before she joins you.
Take as much time as you need.
Stay here. I never liked politics.
cunning bastard.
What are they talking about?
How best to spy on us, I'm sure.
Do you think he's... Did Fabio tell the Crown about this meeting?
And share the opportunity to get the upper hand? I doubt it.
Then he's cornered you, hasn't he? If you turn down his offer for help, he'll have reason to bring it up to the Crown.
Citing my dissidence as reason for suspicion that I'm hiding something.
They'll conduct an investigation.
And they'll find out about Razatov and what he's working on.
Just what you want to avoid.
And if I do accept his help,
then he'll have a spy among your ranks. But, given the choice between one rat from the Luca or the attention of the Crown...
He knows that I will not act against him.
Unbelievable. Any plans on dealing with this?
Other than keeping her out of the loop as much as possible. Perhaps an accident.
Lay a finger on her and a dozen more of the Golden Guild will be nipping at our heels, you know that.
I've always wondered how different things might have been if I'd made you a Regenti.
I may hate the beat of the city's politics, but it doesn't mean that I don't know how to dance to it.
Really? Because I don't think dragging along extra colors is in any way politically astute.
The Mariner is hiding something, and it might be connected to his brother's disappearance. You brought me back to do a job. Let me do it.
I apologize for the delay. Tiziana is ready to assist whenever you are.
That would be now. We're on the way to meet the head Vigilis. Marshal, shall we?
Certainly.
Would you care for a walk, Judge Master? I believe there are a few trade routes the Dieci have set up that might be of interest to you.
A walk sounds magnificent, Verone. Thank you.
It's weird how everybody in this game just walks around with their weapons drawn. Like, normally that's a sign of pretty huge disrespect, walking into somebody else's house with a weapon drawn.
So, Marshal, how much of the case have you been briefed about exactly?
Enough.
You have no questions that you'd like answered?
Inspectore, if you're attempting to goad out of me the extent of my knowledge about this case so that you can use it against me, I suggest you try a different tactic.
Ouch.
Look at that, we're so popular that the Chiquita Banana Lady came to visit us. Chiquita Banana. I don't like bananas that much. I like them when they're a little bit green, but once they get to the point where they're fully ripe, I don't like them anymore. They're too sweet. So I don't tend to eat bananas very much. Does she start with the same amount of skill points as everybody else? Ooh, she does. I like a this. Oh, that costs 2. Okay. Maybe. I mean, he needs 2 points to get into anything else. Oh no, that one costs 1. Let's go mass charge regeneration, I guess, because that's pretty much what we're trying to get him to the point where he can just like non-stop heal the entire time. He's got Pavasari 2. He'll get mind focus regeneration, or he can have, I'll go with focus regeneration more than likely. Although max focus might be good. It doesn't say specifically what the percentage is. Like if it like doubles his focus, then absolutely I'll take that. It's like 20%, who cares? Alright, so she's got Pommel Strike, which everybody's got an ability when you hit the 1 key that just deals a bunch of damage, and that's all that it does. She can turn it into a taunt, or the target can take burn damage over time. She's got Blazing Bulwark, destroys incoming projectiles. Enemies between the caster and the shield suffer burn damage over time. Oh, that's good. And then we can increase the duration, or we can launch a set of shields outwards. I would like the shield to act as a shield, so let's go with duration, I guess. And then Bulwark Master increases the casting arc and the number of shields that will be conjured. I'd say if she's good at something, let's stick to that. And then if we can get her that one right there, it looks like she can get health and is immune to interrupts, roots. That's really, really good. It bumps her health up a little bit, and then on top of that, it basically acts like a trinket. If you're unfamiliar with the terminology, in a lot of MMOs, there's a button you can click that gets rid of all your status effects, and it's usually on like a reasonably long cooldown, and it's usually for PvP, so that you can't be stun locked down and shit like that. And so anyways, that's what I'm calling it, a trinket. Basically, it acts as a way to get her out of trouble, and I like oh shit buttons like that. Release a wave of fire that raises your threat, deals damage. Judgment, launch a fan of flaming bolts in a single direction. That's pretty legit. Unleash a wave of fire at an area that taunts and damages enemies. Conjure fireballs that rotate around and increase threat. She's a Pavaseri as well. Okay, so just like... Okay, so she's just like Calden.
So let me get this straight, Marshal. You believe that I'm out to con you?
I do not dance the dance of politics, so I will be straightforward with you. Yes. You being called back is a sign that secrets are being stirred. I know you're keeping something from me, as the registry is keeping something from my guild, and I'm here to find out what. Is that straight enough for you, Inspectore?
Surprisingly so.
So you're here to spy on us?
You've never dipped your fingers in the pool of politics, have you?
Too bloody for my tastes.
Well, the Inspectore knows what's going on as well as I do, and that's all that matters. Now, if we're done wasting time...
Never thought I'd ever see the insides of this place. The registry's always so stiff about sharing.
Just remember, we're here for Kyrie, not for sightseeing.
Of course. Lead on.
So I guess we're going down into the Great Library now to try and figure out what Razatov... Oh, good blood. That's always a fantastic sign.
Trouble?
The silence is too deep here. Usually there are...
Watch yourselves!
Get them! Get behind me!
And so there's her shield ability right there. I hadn't talked about it yet, but it blocks projectiles. And it's quite good. It's a really, really good ability. I would use it if I was you. This map is going to be a little bit troublesome because we can't really afford to go down any of these hallways because this guy uses an AoE. So wherever the fight takes place, it has to be like somewhere near the middle. And so if I can do that right there, let's take Calden. We'll get him out of the AoE, which will then enable you to not be in the AoE any longer. And she's still taking damage even though she's outside the AoE. Fantastic. Calden, please stop running back in there. I would love it ever so very much if you would make my life easier. Go ahead and we'll DPS him down as best we can. Give me that over there. Big hits. Hopefully everybody out of the AoE. Back on that individual while they're isolated. There we go. There's the Healy ring that we needed. I need Bulwark actually to be manual. And this guy is going to play us if we're not careful. So let's go ahead and fight with this guy. Let me have you there. Basically, we'll rotate through and try to DPS hard. He's going to have healing back up in a minute. We've already got this guy trapped, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. There goes his Healy shield. Let's get everybody's health back up. Nice. Very, very good. Unfortunately, the fact that there's blood everywhere and we're being attacked by Pavaseries, these guys are wearing the outfits of the guy that just hired us, of the Regenti, so that's not a good thing. What I like about this game, though, is there's lots of political intrigue. It's like a storyline that requires thought, and you've got to memorize kind of the structure and the hierarchy of the world. It reminds me in a lot of ways of Ivalice from Final Fantasy Tactics, where there's a lot of, like, intrigue, there's a lot of espionage, there's a lot of things being referred to that you don't quite understand until you get further into the game. You've got to learn the structure of the world. I like that about it, the world building.
What are you doing?
It is customary for portieri to stitch insignias of some sort. These have none, and they are poorly fitted.
What is it?
Nothing, just a thought.
A thought?
Don't bother yourself with it.
Inspectore, allow me to make something clear to you. There are two ways that this can go. The first, if you pay me with respect and honesty regarding the case, I will offer my full assistance. And as I have just demonstrated, I can be useful.
Do I want to hear the second?
If you attempt to blind me with lies and fabrications, I can make this investigation very difficult for you, as I have also just proven.
Are you threatening me?
I'm presenting options.
Favia put you up to this, didn't he?
On the contrary, the Judge Master would be especially displeased, I imagine, with my forthrightness.
Yet you are unashamed to admit it.
The veils of deception set aflame, to the mask of lies do the same.
A song?
The bright chorus. It had once been the moral compass for the Luca. That was a verse from it. No one sings them anymore.
Make your choice, Inspectore. The wick of time is ever burning.
I suspect these are mask runners.
Why?
Just before this, we found evidence that has led us to believe that they have taken Razatov captive.
What would they want with him?
He was creating Fae.
What?
I don't know why or how he knows how to, but he was. And now the mask runners have him.
You believe they're after the head Vegelus as well?
If she knows about this, then perhaps.
I see. You chose well, Inspectore.
Don't make me regret it. Now come on. If those men were guarding the entrance, Kyrie's still somewhere here.
All right, and we're out of time for the day. I hope so far you're enjoying this game. I'm enjoying it tremendously. This is one of those games that I can definitely tell I'm going to finish here on the channel, regardless of whether or not people seem to enjoy it, just because I want to. Basically, I'm recording this right now. It's not even on the schedule for recording today. I just wanted to play it. I can't put it down. And so, Masquerada, check it out down below. I've got the link for you in case you wanted to get the game for yourself on Steam. All right? Hi to everybody. I'll see you next time.